Hey, what is going on, everybody? How are you all doing today? I hope you all are having a wonderful and fantastic day today, and if not, hopefully you all will have a better tomorrow. So, today, there is some big news, and this actually happened as of yesterday, and that is Vic Mignogna has been fired, and he is the voice of Qrow, and we're going to get into this, so hopefully you all are ready for this big news video. So I'm sure everybody knows, or at least most of you may have already known, Vic Mignogna, he has been the voice of Qrow, and he's a very huge voice actor within the anime community. I mean, we're talking such as Broly in the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie, we're talking Edward Elric from Full Metal Alchemist and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and several other known roles over time that he's done in anime, and even some video games. Vic is big in the community, but here is something that has happened. Rooster Teeth has fired Vic Mignogna over some sexual allegations that have been going on lately. And this is something I didn't really think I was going to need to cover because, well, it sparked a lot of controversy and it had been going on. And as a matter of fact, people were questioning whether Rooster Teeth was going to do anything about this or not. And so they decided to let Vic go. And there's a lot to this I'm going to be covering. I'm actually even going to cover Vic's Twitter post that he said about this. So he's actually brought this up, and this is a long post, but let me tell you what he had to say about these allegations, because he's had sexual allegations put against him. People have claimed that he's homophobic, that he's an anti-Semite, and that he is a jerk to people that he works with. So there's a lot of things here, and there's a lot of claims. But there's no evidence completely proving that this man has done these things. But I want to talk about this because Vic himself even came out on Twitter, and this is what he stated. So this is a long one, so prepare for this. This is heartbreaking. Over the last few days, a number of comments and allegations have been voiced on social media. I'd like to share my thoughts. Homophobic? No. Some of my dearest friends are members of the LGBTQ community, including several that I brought into my production family on Star Trek Continues. This is a blatantly false statement. I said many years ago that I didn't think a particular character I voiced was gay, contrary to what some fans believed. Not because it matters to me at all, but because I was told that this was the case. I also elected not to autograph Yaoi, not because I am homophobic, but because I didn't wish to sign material that was not canon. Anti-Semitic? I couldn't even grasp where this is coming from until someone pointed me to a moment years ago where I was in a panel and referred to a bunch of noise coming from another room jokingly as a Holocaust. As I said then, it was a metaphor for Armageddon, death and mass destruction, but not the Holocaust. Could I have chosen a different word? Sure, in retrospect I could have, and of course I am sorry that it offended anyone. I sincerely apologize to any convention staff member who felt I was anything less than kind and grateful to be included in their event. Unknown to most staffers, contractual arrangements made in advance with cons were occasionally not honored when I arrived, and that made me frustrated. That does not excuse making anyone feel badly, and I am deeply sorry. I would also like to sincerely apologize to anyone who ever felt my interaction with them, a hug or a kiss on the cheek or forehead, was crossing a line. Never in a million years would it be my intent to make anyone feel uncomfortable. Rather, it was meant to show gratitude or support. I come from an affectionately expressive family where such displays are commonplace. But I understand that not everyone feels the same way, hence I will not be interacting in the same way with fans in the future. Understand this is the climate we live in and this is how it has to be. To my fans who ask me for hugs, etc., I'm sorry, but please know that I am no less grateful to or supportive of you. Finally, any allegations of sexual harassment, sexual assault, or most disturbingly, pedophilia are completely and utterly false. My heart weeps for anyone who endures a violation of this kind, so to be accused of harming others in this way, I have no words. Sincerely, Vic Mignogna. Now, here's the thing I'm going to say about this. One thing to take note of this is these are claims. These are just what people are saying. Now, does this mean that these people are lying? No. Does this mean they're telling the truth? Not necessarily. It could be the truth, it could be lies. We don't know that, we can't say that, and until there's evidence really confirming that Vic has done these things, we can't say otherwise. So, in a court of law, until proven guilty, he's innocent. And thus far, there hasn't been anything saying he did do it. but yet at the same time, there hasn't been anything saying he hasn't done this. Now, I think that this was a sad move to make. I really don't like that Rooster Teeth did this, but I'm going to play devil's advocate here, and here's why. If you look at the PR department that Rooster Teeth has, and this would go for any company, wouldn't just be Rooster Teeth, they are not going to want to have people that they have hired to be known as sex offenders. They don't want that. And even if it's an allegation, this could still hurt their company and put a bad mark on it, and in the future, people may not want to work with them because they hired somebody that is an alleged sex offender. Now, like I said, I don't like this move that Rooster Teeth made. I really don't, and while I think that there should be more time with this before they decide to do something like this, it makes sense why they did it. It's so that their company isn't seen as a bad company because they hired somebody that potentially could have been a sex offender. And I'm not saying that Vic did these things. I'm not saying he didn't do these things, because until there's evidence proving that he did do this, we can't say that. But I see it as, until he is proven in a court of law that he's guilty, I see him as innocent up until that point. That's just my opinion. That doesn't mean he's innocent. That doesn't mean he's not innocent. That just means that until proven guilty, I don't see him as doing something wrong. But, like I said, I can't tell you that he's innocent or not. I can't make that claim. And when it comes to the ideas of him being homophobic or an anti-Semite or a transphobic person, I can't make those claims either, because looking at some of the footage and things of that sort, he hasn't said anything that would be against homosexuals, transsexuals, or even anti-Semitic things. And everything I've really seen on Vic, whether it be videos or images or things of that sort, he seems like a very nice person who really does love his fans, and he seems like he's very grateful to where he is. And if he did do these things, then it would obviously be off camera. But that's about all I can really say about this. So if it did happen, it did. If it didn't, it didn't. But until we get evidence, we really won't know the truth. So the big question is, what's going to happen to Qrow? What's going to happen to RWBY? And it's going to be a case like with Mercury or with RWBY, because if you think about it, if you look back at Mercury, he actually had a different voice actor in the very beginning. In Volume 2, J.J. Castillo, he was the one who played as Mercury originally. He was then replaced in Volume 3 by Yuri Lowenthal, which I'm sure most of you may know. He voices Sasuke in Naruto, for example. And then, of course, we have RWBY, and Monty Ohm tragically passing away before Volume 3. Sad thing was, we lost Monty. And that was a huge tragedy, and even to this very day it still is. But they replaced Monty with his brother Neith Ohm, who has currently had the role of RWBY since Volume 3 and onwards. So there's that. Now, while there is a difference in their voices a little bit of both Mercury and RWBY's voice actors from the beginning to this point in time, it's not that bad. And the sad thing here is, with Vic going, it's going to be very hard. This one is a sad case overall in general, and now that Vic is going to be gone, they're going to have to find someone new. And RWBY is not going to change what the idea was going to be, because Rooster Teeth stated that because of this issue, it's not going to affect their creative content. So that means that whatever plans they had before this, if they had any, whatever direction they plan to go is where they're going to keep going. So if Qrow is planned to live, then they're going to keep him alive. I just hope that this doesn't result in them deciding to kill Qrow off because of the issue revolving around Vic and all of this. And so hopefully this won't be something that they do. Qrow is one of my all-time favorite characters. And here's what I'm also going to say. There were some people who had felt bad because they liked Qrow because of these allegations about Vic going around. But this doesn't mean that you're a bad person because you like Qrow. You have to remember, at the end of the day, Qrow is a fictional character, and the writing is what makes the character. The voice actor just kind of brings them more to life, I guess you could say would be the best way to put it. It doesn't really say that, hey, because of this voice actor doesn't mean the character's bad, so keep that in mind, everybody. But anyways, I'm sorry this is more of a tragic news video. I would have definitely preferred the news to be something good, but this is more of a sad one with a lot of controversy sparking around it, and I thought that we might as well talk about it and just kind of get it out there. So I'll always cover the news anytime RWBY has something, whether it be good or bad, so I will always keep you all informed if anything happens. Just let me know what you all think about the situation down below. I'd love to hear from all of you. But anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'm going to put a link to a video down below in the description on this case that somebody else did, and it's 42 minutes long, but to be fair, it's a very good video, and it's by Lost Pause, and I really respect him. I think he's a great YouTuber, and so if you want to know more on the situation, you can hear his side of the story of this. Noble most definitely did a very good job talking about it, but anyways, so thank you all for watching and taking the time to listen to this, and I just hope that we can get better news. It's painful to see this kind of news happen right after the volume ends. It's just a rough day for RWBY right now. It's just a rough day. It really sucks. But anyways, I hope you all have yourselves a wonderful and fantastic day today. And remember, if today was not a good day, tomorrow could always be better. Take care of yourselves and everyone around you, and have yourselves a good one out there, everybody.